Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Matthew Dickson. I'm the CEO and founder of a company called Bitboss out of Denver, Colorado. We have a real money gaming platform that runs exclusively on the BSV blockchain. So what I want to talk to you about today is basically how transactions work and why it's important to run our platform on BSV versus traditional client-server architecture. I think we all understand that for enterprises to switch their applications to develop and use blockchain, there has to be tangible benefits. And even when there are tangible benefits, they have so much money invested in their previous architecture that they're often hesitant. So what we need to do is we need to find, as developers and entrepreneurs, we need to find pain points in ways that we can basically force the technology in. So what I'm going to do today is walk you through a BSV transaction, a gambling transaction. And then we're going to talk about content providers, the people that make the games. We're going to talk about the affiliates. Those are the people that bring the gamblers into the system. And we're going to talk about why there's major benefits for those two players. And then I'm going to do a quick demo of our technology in action. And then finally, I'll wrap it up with just a few BSV-specific topics, explaining why gambling on BSV is really the ultimate application. So briefly, without getting in the weeds too much, we have games built into our wallet. So in this case, we're just going to have a slot game. And the player is going to open up the game, and they're going to make a spin on a slot machine. So the games are tightly integrated with our wallet. We developed our own wallet. We have a library called Keyring that's open source and free to use. And then when the player makes the spin, the wallet receives that, and it creates a transaction with a bet amount, the bet details, and the unspent outputs. And obviously, the wallet then sends that transaction to the SPV server. So the SPV server receives the transaction and broadcasts it out to the BSV nodes. And then what we have is a smart contract. It's basically a service that's watching the chain. It has an address, and it's just looking for gambling transactions that are sent to it. If it sees one, it picks it up and processes it. The smart contract runs a random number generator. And we think that we need to run the RNG because we can include provably fair data in the transaction. There's a lot of different ways to do provably fair. N-Chain has some proprietary ways to do it. We have some proprietary ways to do it. But we think that the future of online gambling is proving to people that the RNG was fair. So what we do is once we run the RNG, we send the random number and a transaction ID to a math model, and the math model is hosted by the content provider. So in this case, the content provider is the slot designer. The slot designer usually has to run a more complex server to pick up these transactions because they have to be assured in traditional client-server architecture that they're getting paid for the use of their math model and their slot machine. When you use BSV, this is one of the key benefits, and the content provider only has to run basically an Excel spreadsheet that produces the result. And the math model sends the result back to the smart contract. Our smart contract then picks up the transaction, creates a new transaction basically. And this is where another key benefit of BSV happens, because for a very low fee, we can pay a lot of people. So when we pick up this transaction, we pay the affiliate. They're entitled to 35% of the gross game or the net gaming revenue of a player. We pay based on theoretical net win, not an actual win. We either pay the player or we don't. We also pay the content creator, and we have a little fee built into it for ourselves. The SPV server is watching the chain, grabs the transaction, forwards it back to the wallet, and the wallet notifies the game. It's all tightly integrated and tells the player whether they won or lost. So in this case, we have a winner. So now I want to cycle back and talk about the content creators. I've kind of hit on this already, but basically, one of the main benefits is that we're simplifying their technology stack. All they have to do is receive the RNG and a transaction ID, create a result, and send it back to us. It's much easier. They don't have anything exposed on the internet. Security is a lot easier to handle. They have total visibility of all the transactions on the chain, so they know exactly what they're supposed to get paid and how much they're supposed to get paid, and they get paid in real time. And this is a big benefit because usually they don't get paid for 30 or 60 days. They have to do audits. There's all sorts of problems for content creators. So we think this is a huge benefit to working with BSV. So now I'm just going to play a quick video here. Michael Lee, Chief Innovation Officer of Genesis Games. Genesis is a premium content provider in the slot business. We're in early stages of talking with them, but actually since this video was filmed, we've come a little further. So.
My name is Mike Lee, and I'm Chief Innovation Officer at Genesis Games, a premium iGaming content producer. I'm involved in setting the company's overall strategic plan, but my key responsibility lies in exploring for, creating, and developing competitive advantage for my company. Being a computer scientist at heart, blockchain is an interesting, challenging, and exciting technology that drives my curiosity. I'm really interested in the fundamental changes that blockchain tech can bring to my company, our industry, and society for that matter. One thing that's very important for me is efficiency. I constantly look for new ways to squeeze out inefficiencies in my business. Blockchain transparency opens up a range of areas in my current business and operational processes where I can see efficiencies gained, from transactions with my suppliers to transactions with my customers. Effective transparency into the record of transactions can facilitate commercial relationships in an automatic and efficient way, removing a lot of my current administrative and manual drag. Well, good question. I don't know yet. We're still in the dating stage. However, I can say that what I've seen so far and the discussions we've had is it's not going to be a walk in the park. We're going to have to do some clever things to adapt our games and our system to the blockchain platform. But it isn't rocket science either, especially with Bitboss's knowledge in this space helping guide us toward that best solution. Definitely though, any game producer that will follow us on this platform will have a much smoother time once we set that path. Let's see, fairness, independent adjudication, and getting paid instantly. We're just starting our discussions now with Bitboss, but the business model that they've shared with me is very unique. I'm very happy to work with this team to prove out its effectiveness, and I can't wait to have Bitcoin being wagered on our games.
Okay, so I'll just take a moment here to make an announcement. Yesterday, we started integration with a live dealer, major live dealer player in Asia. So we hope to also have live dealer content, which is basically dealers being filmed, dealing out cards, and the gameplay actually will happen all on BSV. We think that's going to really help to integrate things in the future. So, all right. So I'll now talk about the benefits for the affiliates. Like I said, affiliates are people that bring players to your gaming platform. They get a pretty big chunk of the revenue. Enterprises really need a kick in the ass to get people thinking crypto, right? So if we can get the people that are bringing players onto the platform to really demand a system like this, we think it's going to be a huge help. So right now, in affiliate marketing, people just set up websites. They have links, affiliate links. But once the player starts playing, there's no visibility as to what they're owed. And they're kind of hoping and praying that they're getting paid the appropriate amount. Well, when you start to talk about a system based on BSV, all of a sudden the affiliate can start to watch addresses and they can start to see the activity in a wallet. And the way we've set it up, affiliates will get paid based on the theoretical net win instantly. So every time a player makes a bet, the affiliate's going to get paid in real time. They're going to see their crypto wallet just have money hopefully raining into it on a daily basis. We think it'll be very exciting. Simon Eaton is a noted speaker and an affiliate consultant. He's helping us set up our program right now. And I'll just play a little video from him as well.
Hi, my name is Simon Eaton. I've been working with Bitboss in building and creating an affiliate platform, and we'll be using the BSV network for this. Let me tell you a bit about myself. I've got over 20 years experience in the online gaming sector, in particular in the affiliate marketing sector. Mainly I've worked for companies in QSO, as well as Costa Rica, Panama, Malta, and now here in the Philippines. I'm super excited to be working on this project because I believe how crypto, and in particular the blockchain and BSV, is going to make affiliate marketing more transparent for the affiliates. And this is a wonderful thing because that's the biggest thing. How do you trust the stats? How do you trust the data? And I think BSV is going to get around this problem. Another problem is affiliates do not get paid immediately. They've got to wait 30 days to get the payments, if they get the payments at all. Because some of them just pay on net losses of the player. Yes, they make money, but only when the house makes some money. So if they've got winning players, they simply don't earn. And the way Bitboss is building a platform is every single bet, there's a rake, there's a take that's going to the house. The amount could be 3-4%, for example, of it, or even 5% of every bet. So if the $100 bet is made in slots, $4 of that money goes to the house. So to work on assumed profit and assumed odds. So this is really, really exciting times. And the software is amazing. Blockchain makes it super transparent for the affiliate, for the player. And this is why I believe our project is going to succeed. Thanks for listening to me, guys. And I look forward to having you on board the Bitboss project.
All right. So what I want to show you now is just our wallet and how we've integrated games right now. So on the left is our proprietary wallet. On the right is the menu where the games pop up. And what we have here is a player goes in. This is a player going into his wallet. And he's going into the game section. We have a lottery game we've designed for Asia. This is just basically the game working. And really what you see here is the game talking to the wallet to create all these transactions. Sorry, it's in Chinese, but it is what it is. So when you see that symbol, that message box pop up, that's actually the wallet talking back to the game. And then we have, obviously, the game history here, those bets. This is a lottery game, so it's not, we don't follow it all the way through. And up next, we're going to go to the Baccarat app that we're pretty excited about. So player goes in, taps on Baccarat, selects. You can't actually bet on player and banker in real life. We just do this in the demonstration here. Once again, the transaction is being created by the wallet, sent to the mempool, is being picked up by the smart contract. RNG is happening. The cards are being sent back through the mempool, and there you have a transaction happening basically in real time on the BSV blockchain. I mean, that's just as fast as anything you could achieve with client-server architecture. Now we're going to go to what's on chain, and we're going to see the transaction. It's still unconfirmed. We'll talk about that in a minute. We're going to go check the large op return of BSV allows us to do all this. And we're going to go decode that data. And there you have it. That's the data that was embedded in the op return. And then we're going to show you how it matches up with the results that were displayed in the game here. And there you go. And we're in the process of integrating true, provably fair random number generation to show people as well. So that's, it just goes to show that you can do anything that you put your mind to with BSV. So now to kind of close my presentation, I just want to talk about two kind of main topics for gaming and why it's so powerful to do this on a blockchain as opposed to traditional client-server architecture. Everybody talks about block times, we don't give a crap, to be honest with you. Gaming is one of the few transactions in the world, gambling, where you give money and you get money. Almost every other transaction, you give money and you get a car. You give money and you get a dinner back. So it's very important that you have a confirmed transaction. Well, I mean, this has been around for a while. This isn't new, but we've tried to implement this effectively. We take the outputs from the gambler's wager, and we use those as the inputs when we pay them back. So if they try to double spend us, our payback fails. So we don't care about confirmed transactions. So with a valid bet, players' outputs are used for the inputs to pay back the player. If the player tries to double spend us, the payback fails. So that's all well and good for one transaction, but what about multiple transactions between block times? So fortunately, we have the upgrade for 2020, and they've lifted the limit on chained, unconfirmed transactions. So now we can chain transactions together one after the next, and by using some algorithms inside our wallet, we can split up our unspent outputs, and we can basically go from block to block and run as many transactions as we need. So thank you. You're a wonderful audience. They're all very polite, stuck around. It's nice to see. It doesn't happen much. Come see me anytime you want for a little demonstration or a talk. So, thank you.